We just studied the Sutram 2483. Navyayi bhavadattam tva panchamyaha. Let us now take the next Sutram in the Ashtadhyayi order, which is 2484. Tritiya saptamyor bahulam. Vritti says, Adantadavyayi bhavat Tritiya saptamyor bahulam ambhavasyat, which means that following a avyayi bhava compound ending in the letter a third case affix or a seventh case affix is substituted by variously. The note here says that the anuvritti of avyayi bhavat as well as ataha as well as comes from the prior Sutram 2483 into this Sutram 2484. We already know that in the absence of this Sutram, what would have happened is that a third case affix or a seventh case affix following a avyayi bhava compound ending in the letter a would necessarily be replaced by But now this Sutram 2484 is telling us that the substitution in place of a third case affix or a seventh case affix following a avyayi bhava compound ending in the letter a is done variously. Bahulam. Please recall that bahulam is not the same as va. So bahulam does not necessarily mean that there are two optional forms in each and every case. It just means that there may or may not be an optional form. So there may be some situations where there is only one form, while in many other situations there may be two optional forms. So in short, bahulam means that optional forms are possible, but we cannot insist that in every single situation both the forms have to be in usage. Okay, the examples of this Sutram will be taken in detail when we study the Sutram 216, but we can take a brief look at them here. When we study the Sutram 216, we will derive the compound pratipadikam, the avyayi bhava compound upakrishna, meaning krishnasya samipam upakrishnam. Now when we take this pratipadikam upakrishna, which is a avyayi bhava compound, and add a third case affix ta, the singular affix ta, then there are two possibilities. The first possibility is that the affix ta stays as it is. There is no ambhavaha, which means we can proceed to apply 7-112 ta nyasi nyasam inatsyaha, bring in the substitution ina, and then of course do ad gunaha to get the form upakrishnena. Optionally, when we bring in the substitution then we apply amipurvaha to get the form upakrishnam. So for example, upakrishnena athava upakrishnam vina na sukham, which means that there is no happiness without the vicinity of Lord Krishna. This is how this Sutram applies. Now remember that the look illusion never occurs here. The two possibilities are that there is a substitution of in place of a third case or a seventh case affix, or the third case or the seventh case affix remains as it is. Those are the two possibilities. Okay. Now similarly, when we bring in a seventh case affix ni saptam ekavachanam, then we get two forms. One is when we do not do the substitution, we simply remove the it letter. The beginning ng karaha of ni gets the it sanya by lashakwatadhyate 138, then tasya lopaha 139, and then we apply ad gunaha 6187 to get upakrishne. Now when we do bring in the substitution optionally, then we complete the form by applying amipurvaha 61107 to get the form upakrishnam. So we get the two possibilities, upakrishne athava upakrishnam tishthatyarjunaha. Arjuna stays in the vicinity of Lord Krishna. This is how this Sutram works. We have to have a avyayi bhava compound ending in the letter a, then following that a third case affix or a seventh case affix either takes the substitution or remains as it is.